everybody, and thank you for coming by for yet another episode of JROCK'S Game Grabs. Today, I'm going to be talking about my grabs and pickups and gifts from Dean Day. That was on May 15th. Buddy Dean from Round 2 Gaming came for a visit from out west to Ontario, and we made a big old day to have a Cartridge Club meetup. I did a video on it right here. If you missed it, go check that out. It was a lot of fun. We met up at Toy Rat in Milton, did some game hunting, and just did some thrifting and went for a nice big meal all together as a Cartridge Club family. So I got some pickups and some thank yous. First off, thank you to Dean for getting me this custom shirt. Dean got me this custom shirt that says my slogan, "Keep on rocking them games." How awesome and kick-ass is that? This is one of the most thoughtful gifts I have ever received. Thank you so much, Dean. I'd love to be able to do a GameRocker shirt eventually. So, thank you, Dean, for this first edition GameRocker shirt. Personalized, one of a kind. Blows my mind. I'm going to be wearing it to events and stuff. So, thank you, Dean. Thank you just isn't enough. That blew me away. And you can see that on camera. Now, I'd also like to thank my friend Will. Now, Will and Pam, they gave me a lift that day. They chauffeured my ass around, so thank you to them for that. But thanks to Will for giving me some Game Boy games out of the kindness of his heart. As he always does. Will is such a nice guy. He's done J-Rock some favors, and it's not forgotten. But yeah, he knows I'm such a Blue Bomber fan that he gave me these Mega Man 1 and 2 for the Game Boy. Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge, and Mega Man 2. And then also, almost dropped it, Nemesis, which is like Gradius. If you like that game. I do. I had Gradius growing up. So thank you, Will, for these Game Boy games. I'll put them right there. And then I would like to thank my buddy Kevin from Buried on Mars. As much as we bust each other's chops, he's a solid dude, and he knows I've been on the lookout for ultimate ghosts and goblins for PSP. Because I'm a huge fan of the series, Super Ghouls and Ghosts being one of my favorite games, and he knew I was on the lookout for this, and I haven't been able to find it at any of the swaps that I've been at recently, so, out of the kindness of his heart, gave me this. Certainly won't be forgotten. And another thing not to be forgotten, this is awesome. My buddy Bill from Start to Continue podcast, of which I was just a guest on their 86th episode. Go check that out. Link in the description below. Bill found this while he was thrifting. Knew it might be up my alley. So he got me the Gene Simmons Axe Bass for Guitar Hero. And just one second. Yeah, that'll look really great with my real deal Axe Bass by Court. The Gene Simmons Signature Series Axe by Court. That'll look great. Look at this. Oh, it's like a little baby. So yeah, thank you, Bill, for helping fuel my Kiss fandom. Someone's got to do the job. And then I would also make sure I'm not forgetting anything here. No. And I would also like to thank my buddy Joel.
Hey, I'm Joel.
That I know from Instagram, JKennyM. I don't know. On Instagram. Good dude. We met at Waterloo Game Swap, and we were following each other on Twitter or Instagram before we even met in person. And he came up to me. He was like, "Hey, want to see something creepy? That's you." So Joel, hilarious guy, puts up some hilarious posts, and he's good at finding the deals. Well, he hooked me up with a good deal on Ghostbusters, complete in box for the Genesis. Great condition. And you know me, I'm a big Ghostbusters fan, so thanks a lot, Joel. Been looking for that one for a while, never see it, and now I have it. And a friend price. I actually got some footage of the shady parking lot deal that Will and him were doing. Doing a greasy parking lot deal. with Joel.
I'm already taking the shitty N64. I don't even want anymore.
I'm giving you that too. I'll take that. That's free. I can get $30 for that car. And I'm trading for the shitty car.
Yeah.
So what do we have?
Joel just hooked me up with this.
So you owe me $45. This guy's trying to shade me here.
Parking lot deals.
In the snow in May.
So there's 5. JROCK owes me 40. He give you 40. Okay.
Guy's the biggest cheap ass.
You know when I come to see, I'll
So,
change it.
is this the last time we're going to see you today?
I think so. Where are you guys going now?
We're going to eat and then we're going to A and C.
I'm not going down
All right. Fucking give me a hug there, bud.
Thank you for my $5, Joel.
Is that
Good
my
to see you. I'll see you at the swap, Waterloo. You gonna be there?
Yeah, give me. I want this.
See you, buddy. Okay, and like I said, we met up at Toy Rat, and I grabbed a couple things from Toy Rat. Now, I regret that I didn't bring a bigger wad of cash to Toy Rat, because they have a great selection there. I've been saving my wad for the Waterloo game swap, but I grabbed a couple things here. Got Endgame for PS2. Now, this is a GunCon compatible game, and this is the last GunCon game that I needed for PlayStation 2. Subset complete.
Now, what's important about that is it completes another subset. I now have all the games. Is there any more? So this might be another subset complete. I believe it is, as far as subset complete. Hurrah!
Subset complete. Hurrah!
Subset complete. And I got a inbox copy of Super Ghouls and Ghost. I still need to track down a manual, but I don't collect cardboard boxes, but considering this is one of my favorite games, I want to get it complete in box. I had it complete in box when I was younger, and I wish I didn't get rid of that stuff. But yeah, one of my favorite games, and Ebo at Toy Rat there, he cut me a deal on these two games together. So that was good. And then, so yeah, that's all the stuff from Dean Day. It was a great time. I also want to thank Rose, LAMOUR LAPIN, for picking me up at the Union Station downtown in Toronto, and I hopped in her Uber that she was in. And yeah, thank you for that. And we met up with Will and Pam, and they chauffeured us around. So thanks everybody for coming out. Had a blast. Can't wait for the next one. Dean will be visiting again, so looking forward to that. I think he's coming in August, he said, so that'll be a blast. And yeah, so that's all my stuff from Dean Day, and I got some stuff to go over, some more stuff to talk about. So, I'll just move this over here. Now, I went thrifting the other day with my wife, and don't usually get good deals, but I went to the Value Pillaged, and on the shelf of board games, you gotta check there, you gotta check in the board games, because there is some stuff to find in board games. And I found this complete sealed, still sealed, BioShock Infinite, The Siege of Columbia board game. It was there for, I wonder if the sticker's still on here, there it is, $7. And upon research, this thing is now retailing for $60. That's savings. I was thinking, I jumped on it right away, even for thinking like some sort of trade bait, but my wife Laura and I, we've been getting more into board games, and so she said, no, we're keeping that and we're going to be playing it. So it looks very Risk-like with some cards going on there. So yeah, I've been getting into some board games lately, so it's good when you find cheap ones, because I don't know, if people who are into board games, they certainly aren't cheap. So yes, while thrifting, managed to get some movies and stuff. Go over some VHS. Yes, I have some VHS because I still buy VHS. What's wrong with that? I've got a couple comedy VHS. The Dice Man, Andrew Dice Clay, live. He's got his stuff in the 80s was pretty raunchy and pretty raw, so he was hilarious. Not so much these days, but yeah, The Dice Man. If you like stand-up comedy, The Dice Man, you know what I'm talking about. And another great stand-up comedy movie to have on VHS, Eddie Murphy Delirious, along with Eddie Murphy Raw. They're both hilarious stand-ups from classic Eddie Murphy. He's not all Disney like he is nowadays. He was raw and delirious back then. But yeah, hilarious. One of my favorites. Watched that quite a few times. And I got a copy of Mortal Kombat Annihilation on VHS. I think this is the second one, right? They only did the 2? Did they just do the 2? I don't know. Can't remember now. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. And finally, Transformers the movie on VHS from 1995 in one of these plastic clamshells. And it's Joke and Dish clamshell. Joke and Dish. We'll put that there. And yeah, that's actually not all the movies, but that's all the VHS. I found a couple DVDs. This is Spinal Tap. I don't know if you've ever seen this one, but if you like rock and roll, this is a hilarious mockumentary done by Rob Reiner about the rock and roll lifestyle. If you ever heard the term "turn it up to 11," came from here, which the guy actually has an amp that turns up to 11. And finally on DVD, Rush, Beyond the Lighted Stage. I hear this is a great documentary on Rush, one of my personal favorite Canadian bands. Really talented three-piece band, yeah, with a bass player that can play bass and sing, like good. Yeah, SARCA Sim, Sarah, she tells me that this is an awesome one to have, and I open it up, make sure everything was in here, all the books and the discs, and they were all pristine. So I like to get live music DVDs, my favorite bands, and this one has one of those and a documentary about them. So awesome. Rush. Check out Rush. Okay, now let's get into some games. Okay, first off, I'm gonna go with some Atari games that I found. I like when I could find a bin of Atari games and just dive in and see what I don't have, because when they're at like a couple bucks a piece, it's fun to collect Atari, you know, even though some of the games are questionable in their fun. But no particular order. Night Driver. Real Sports Football, to go with my Real Sports Baseball that I have. By Activision, Crackpots. Another one by them, Skiing. Dragster. Ice Hockey. And Home Run. Another baseball game. Whee! On the Atari. But yeah, Atari games, Atari carts are just fun to collect. I like it. And when you find them real cheap like I just did, then you're happy about it. Okay. Also on a cartridge for N64, Tetrasphere. I'm a big Tetris fan. Haven't played that before. Okay, let's get into some, actually, I'm going to save the best for last. My best pickup for last, I'm going to save. For the PS2, another one I found in a really cheap bin, G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra. Haven't heard anything particularly great about that. On the Xbox, now these games I just found, Spartan Total Warrior. This one, I believe, comes highly recommended by my friend Richard, aka Rambox. He says this game is one of his faves, I believe. I hope that's who said it. And I got Deus Ex Invisible War, and it's got like a shiny, holographic type cover there. Stands out. But yeah, I like the Deus Ex games and how they're like an RPG shooter. One of the first that I played on the PS2. and that sort of really blew me away that that type of game existed. I missed out on it on console. Okay, for the Wii, Marble Saga, how do you say that? Kororimpa. This is another one I found for a couple bucks, and the visual styling looks really interesting. It's by Hudson, and it is sort of like a Marble Madness type game where you gotta move the board, and it's up to 4-person multiplayer. You can play with your own Mii in this game, so that's fun. But yeah, small ant, big adventure. Face treacherous mazes, use awesome gadgets, and balance the world, literally, to help Anthony the Ant reach the golden sunflower. Whoop-de-doo! So you can use your Wii Fit balance board too, I hear is good for this. So you can stand on your board and like sort of make the world balance to your balance. Really neat. Now for Xbox 360, a couple games I needed that were already on my hard drive, and I wanted to free up that space because I'm nuts like that. Metro 2033. This is one of those games I knew I needed one of the Metros, and there's Metro Last Light, and this one, 2033, and I always got the two mixed up. So every time I found a copy of a Metro game, I'd have to double check that. Now I don't, because I have it. And Supreme Commander. This is a heavy case here. This is heavy. It's got a book with it too. Like, look at this book. This ain't no download manual. This is a physical manual. That's thick. What's in here actually? There's something in here. Looks like some kids oh, I didn't even see this. Looks like some kids started to write out the controls. Supreme Commander controls. That's hilarious. If you press A on the remote on the land force or air force, or even the robot on your team, press the button up, then turn. Oh, that's so cute. Turn is spelt with an E right there. Turn with an E. You turn right, you can pick what you want to build. Okay, good tip, kid. I don't know, maybe I'll keep that in there because it's kind of hilarious. There's that, and then we come to the end of this pickup video here, and something I found at one of my local places that I go to, and I scooped them up. They were 20 bucks a piece, and that is 2 sealed copies of Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion. Sealed, factory sealed. I verified the seals with my buddy Mark from One Up Games. I brought them in to have them looked at, just to make sure that they're authentic. They do have slight openings here on the bottoms in the same spot. That looks to be like the trouble spot where that happens. This one here has a barcode label that looks like somebody spilled a little juice on it or something. And this one here looks like it has the remnants of one of those hanging tabs, plastic hanging tabs on it. So yeah, found these, 20 bucks a piece, looked on eBay, and there's only 2 listings for these right now, and they're going for 200 plus online. I tried to find sold listings. I didn't really have any luck finding any sealed copies. But yeah, so I'm looking, I don't collect in-box, let alone sealed in-box. But so I'm looking to use it as trade bait at this Waterloo Game Swap. I'm hoping to get rid of these or something. Put them on Instagram and stuff. Had one person interested, but they wanted they weren't too keen on this one little opening here. So yeah, see what I can do. But yeah, 2 sealed copies of an N64 game, 20 bucks a piece that go for, you know, over that. So that's all profit. And I know a lot of people who do that, try to find deals to help fund the hobby, and that's what I think I'm going to start trying to do, is try to work out a lot more trades on Instagram, and because I hear that's the way to go. Curtis from GirlFriendVS is always raving about doing trades on Instagram.
And Instagram, if you guys are looking to collect, that's the new place to go, man. I mean, it kicks the crap out of Craigslist, in my opinion, because Craigslist only covers your like local area. Instagram is like, if you find the people that are selling, it's like the whole, wherever you are, the whole United States where I am, you know what I mean? And it's great. I'm having a lot of fun, and people usually have good prices. It's not eBay prices. It's not Amazon prices. It's not crazy. A lot of people work deals with you if you want. So Instagram, you gotta seek it out.
If you find stuff out in the wild that you might not necessarily need, and it's a great price, and you know somebody who might need it for their collection, definitely grab it and try to work something out and work out some trades, and it really brings the community together. It's fun. It's fun to do that. I have a lot of fun when I'm out looking, and I'll be like, oh, I know this person would like that. Oh, I know this person is looking for that. So get that collecting karma going. It's really out there. Definitely be a good person and help a friend out. And as always,
Keep on rocking them games.
If you find the people that are selling, it's like the whole, that's the new place to go, man. I mean, if you guys are looking to collect, you gotta seek it out. Wherever you are, the people usually have good prices. A lot of people work deals with you if you want. You know what I mean? It's not crazy. Having a lot of fun,
And that's all I got to say about that.